Every year we have gone on a spring mission trip. Last year we went to Guatemala, and this year we decided to go to Haiti.
The experience was intense. I had never seen poverty to such an extent. And so while maybe I was prepared for the dirt roads and the dilapidated housing, I wasn't prepared for the children walking around with, distended bellies.
It was a culture shock. It was more than a culture shock. I can't ever put into words what I saw there and what I felt.
The country itself is so beautiful, and it's hard to believe at some points that there is a lot of poverty there.
We went to 4 different villages and went up in the mountains to 4 different villages, and we set up a medical clinic. We served about 800 people.
In the clinic, I worked in the pharmacy, which it's funny when I tell people that I worked in a pharmacy, they think, oh my gosh, you were behind a counter and you were wearing a white coat. No, it was a table, but it worked.
My personal duty was I got to give all the children worm medicine because worms are really common there.
We also spent quite a bit of time at New Life Children's Home, which they have 140 people, children that live there.
They're just so loving, and they'll come up and want to hug you, and I don't know, like the simplest things would make them laugh, and I just loved it. I had so much fun.
It was the saddest moment when it was our last day at the orphanage, and we were in the toddler room, which is, I'm pretty sure it's heaven on earth. And it was the saddest thing because I had to put down one of the toddlers that I had played with for quite a long time that day. And every time I tried to put him down to leave, he'd always start crying.
There was this one particular moment where I just felt myself be completely ripped apart. There were 2 people who were suffering from malaria. A younger girl who was in the early stages. Next to her was a boy named Antoine who was about 21. And he was just suffering like I'd never seen before. His mother was there. She was just crying out. I had no idea what to do because I don't speak Creole, so it's kind of like actions speak louder than words. So I just went up to her and I held her hand, and I was just, unfortunately, he did pass away a couple hours after we had seen him, and that was the hardest thing I had ever seen in my life.
I think when you have an experience of a third world experience, it helps to put things in perspective.
It is something that I will have for the rest of my life.
When I'm down there helping all those people, I really can't put into words how I feel. All I know is that I want to go back.